This is TNC Movie Nights, and we're talking about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. And you're asking, why are you doing that? Because you guys just talked about all this new current news, but you're doing a review on an old movie in the 70s? Well, it's because it is the 30-year anniversary of Willy Wonka. 50. Wow, 50. 50.
1971.
Yeah. I can't math. 50-year anniversary is this month for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. We thought it would be fun to go back and do this a little more often of doing reviews of the anniversaries of films. Alex, did you grow up liking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
I did. I liked the first one a lot. The second one came out and it was weird, but I still kind of liked it a little bit. But I wouldn't say it was like a staplehood. What? God, still tired. Same day of recording. Still packing. My bad. It wasn't a staple of my childhood or anything like that, but I've always kind of liked this movie. How about you?
I definitely wouldn't call it a staple in a sense. However, I will also kind of mention how a lot of people our age, I think, kind of grew up and had like, or maybe a little bit older than us, had like Wizard of Oz as their like old movie they really liked. Willy Wonka was mine that I really enjoyed from kind of that 60s to late 70s area. It's a fun movie. I really do enjoy it.
Actually good too.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I watch this movie probably every like 6 months maybe, and I do really enjoy it. And there's things I don't notice every time I watch it. So I'm excited to talk about it today. First off, Gene Wilder killed it, man. So freaking good. He's a great actor, and I'll always remember him as Willy Wonka. But if it wasn't for him in this movie sucks. You know, we got someone who is a great actor in our time. We did get Johnny Depp to play Willy Wonka and the Charlie and the
Chocolate Factory.
I've been packing, guys. It's been a long. Yes, that movie, and he's a great actor, but I didn't love it as much.
Yeah.
And Gene Wilder just does a great job of portraying that kind of odd character, and it makes sense because Willy Wonka is an odd person. But also at the same time, he's kind of cool, and he really balances that line so finely, and it's great. So I really do love his portrayal in this film. I think he does a wonderful job. The other person I really actually want to bring up is Jack Albertson, who plays the Grandpa Joe. His little one-liners in the film, like when the kids get taken away or they like make a mistake, and he's got all these little weird one-liners, and I love it. Like, I can't think of her name, but when she's going into it wasn't Veruca. No, maybe it
Violet?
was Veruca.
Okay.
It was
Blueberry or the bad egg?
The bad egg. When she falls down and he makes a statement of, it's like, oh, he always got what he wanted. What's that? Veruca went first. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, some of his comments are just dark, and I love it because it's so out of nowhere. And that it really makes me chuckle every single time. But yeah, there is some great acting in this movie. Everyone is either really likable or really you just hate them. And they did a great job of pushing that on you in the film. So I really do appreciate that.
Also credit to those actors that we did hate. Like, Veruca was so damn annoying, but that was because she was trying to be. That was the character. And so I mean, she's not a child actor anymore, but that was a child actor at the time, just absolutely killing it by making everyone despise her because that was her job. But I'm right there with you with the one-liners and stuff, and not just him. I love it. Happened for me. The funniest ones were the cutaways, like especially during the golden ticket scenes, when it was just like something that had nothing to do with Charlie, nothing to do with Willy Wonka. It was just there to be funny. Like the auction for the case of Wonka bars, and then the lady getting the ransom call.
Oh my gosh.
She was like, anything for my husband. He was like, they want your case of Wonka bars. And then she pauses for a second.
How much time
how long did they
say?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Such good lines in this movie, man. It is just a really enjoyable film, in my opinion. And I do think this is one of those movies, for the most part, that because we do have our comedy breakdown of the 70s coming up this month, and we're going to talk about a lot of things that don't age well. I do think this movie ages relatively well. There's not a whole lot of jokes that I can think of that are like, It really wouldn't work today. I mean, sure, people can kind of talk about like the slavery of like the Oompa Loompas a little bit. That's a little
Yeah,
weird.
that can be a
But
little troublesome.
at the same time, they do try to like pull it away from being actual people to being like these weird little alien Oompa Loompas. So it's kind of like that weird area that they kind of walk on. Outside of that, though, I mean, for the 70s, it's not that controversial of a movie, I feel.
Yeah. He also mentions that like for the Oompa Loompas, like it was more of a rescue operation than like an enslavement, which like of course you would say that. So,
Yeah.
but at least the movie had like the idea to be like, you're not just enslaving this race of an entire nation of Loompa Land. Like I brought them back in secrecy and saved their lives. Which, again, but it was nice that they tried, especially in 1971. Yeah. But I totally agree with you. For the majority of this movie, there's not a whole lot that makes you kind of be like, oof, 1971 was a different time.
Yeah. Yeah, I can definitely agree. Now, for you, I mean, because, again, I love the acting in this film. What kind of things kind of stand out to you that you do enjoy?
I'm so glad you asked. I aspire to have Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka level of complete hardcore not give a shit that's going on. Like he's so dedicated and so intense and so aggressively sarcastic, but it's so accurate. I don't even know how I could describe it perfectly, but just like that like insanely passive nonchalance or insanely aggressive nonchalance, I guess. The pinnacle of which is when Augustus fell in the chocolate river and Mrs. Gloop was like, help him, and he just looks at her and he's like, help, police, murder. Just that kind of like, what do you expect me to do, lady? Like instead of like snapping, being like, what do you want me to do, jump in after? What's it? Just getting in that fight, he's just like, help, police, murder. I love that, and he did it the whole movie.
Yep.
And it is something that makes his character so likable, and it is something that Gene Wilder is absolute god of doing, and it's why he was such a treasure and still is such a treasure. I love that so much. What about you?
I was gonna say I do love that because they did it every single time something happened in the film, like with Mike TV or TV Mike, whatever the proper name of him is. He turns himself, and she's like, "Are you gonna do something? Don't stop, wait." It's like, what is he supposed to do? He already did it. So it's moments like that are just like such nice little, wasn't expecting it, and just it gets you. So I do love that. Again, the one-liners from Grandpa Joe are really good. And something I really do enjoy about the 70s comedy that we'll really get into, I loved how like whimsical the movie was. Today's comedy is a lot of like joke all the time, but like in the 70s, a comedy movie was very just playful and fun. It didn't have to always just make you laugh. It could just be kind of lighthearted type movies can be comedies, but there were some jokes in the movie as well, of course. So I think that was pretty nice. I
really appreciated Gene Wilder's complete unpredictability as Willy Wonka too. Like he is just whimsical singing Candyman, and then you get in a boat and he is staring you down and screaming, "They're showing no signs of slowing!" And then she's like, "Stop!" And he's like, "You're right, stop the boat." And then it just stops and you're like, huh? Or when he, like at the very end, when he's just very nice, very polite, "Nice to meet you, thanks for coming," blah blah blah, and then the "you get nothing, you lose, good day, sir" speech, screaming with like such force behind it, and it felt so real. And then to flip it again right on its head and be like, "Oh my God, I'm so happy, I'm so proud," as soon as the everlasting gobstopper's on the desk. All of that stuff. He's so manic, but in such a fun way. It's magnifique.
I actually wanted to bring up a couple of different things about the movie that I did look up. Gene Wilder's act in the tunnel actually frightened the rest of the cast because that was improvised.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It was all improvised, and the cast actually thought he was losing it and didn't know how to react, and that's why so many of them are just kind of like stun-faced, because it was all improvised, which I thought was really cool. Also,
those video clips they show in the tunnel are messed up, like a chicken getting beheaded, and
yeah, there's some weird stuff that happens. Outside of that, kind of some other little details about the movie. The actor who played Charlie never acted again. That was his only movie he ever did. He actually became a veterinarian. He just didn't want to act anymore. And then from there...
Wasn't the little cane role...
was a stipulation to the film. He would only do... So... let's see. No one but Gene Wilder could have pulled off so perfectly. Oh, wait. One second. Where to go? Oh.
I think it... Okay,
yes, Gene Wilder's had one stipulation before accepting the role. He pushed for the scene in which he is limping with a cane, then rolls forward before springing up to his feet. It was a quirk he wanted so that to make it seem it as though the children didn't know if he was ever telling the truth or lying. And I was like, that's such a great thing. I just love it. It's so little. But for the fact that he would only take the role if he could do that, I thought that was really interesting.
It sets up his character so beautifully because that's what he does the entire movie. Yeah. He is so unpredictable. He's like a teddy bear with a bomb strapped to it. You're like, I don't know about this. I want to, and it looks fun, but also maybe not, but also maybe, I don't know.
Something else. There's two other things I want to bring up. First off, this is kind of weird, but a lot of the chocolate bars in the movie were wood. They were made out of wood. Just because, of course, how many chocolate bars were in the film. The other thing I really wanted to bring up was the Wonka Tania, the boat sort of thing. The director told the Oompa Loompa he was actually steering the boat. Yeah, he just wanted to make it seem like he was really in control of the boat to make it seem like his driving was a little more realistic. So, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, thought that was really fun too. But all in all, I really do enjoy the movie. There's a lot of just really fun parts to it, and they really just do a great job throughout the film, and it's a really good time.
I did forget how annoying Charlie was, though. Bless you. There's the second one. Bless you.
Thank you.
Just at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
But I want it more. I wanted it the most. All right. Who cares? You don't get things just because you want them. I get you're going through some stuff right now. And then I get your grandpa's a fraud because he doesn't walk for 20 years. And all of a sudden he gets to go to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory and he's skipping and dancing all around and never has a problem with it again. Also, he would have got his ass stomped out in the streets if he started waving that ticket around. When people were holding his hand up, waving it around like he got it. It would have snapped that wrist and grabbed that ticket and booked it. But other than that, the movie's delightful, and I think Gene Wilder, Eiffel 65 is back. I think Gene Wilder did a great job, and so did everyone. It's fun, and if you haven't seen it, I don't know why, but go see it.
Yeah, of course, no spoilers for a 50-year-old movie, but yeah, it's fun. We're going to keep doing these anniversary movies once a month when we can, and there's a lot of other fun stuff. Yeah, and we're going to get to break down the 70s comedy, of course, in probably a week, maybe two. So, yeah, super excited. Alex is actually going to be here again for a physical show probably in the next 2, maybe 3 weeks. That'll be a lot of fun. But that's going to wrap it up for us today for our review of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. People watching, listening, watching. Where to find us? You can find us really easily at thenerdchambers.com. If you're on the YouTube and you're sick and tired of watching us, just go to Spotify, go to Apple Podcasts, all that good stuff. You can go ahead and listen to us on there. Go ahead and subscribe to the podcast on Spotify. We would really appreciate it. Or subscribe to us on YouTube. And if you want to find it, again, a place, real nice and simple, thenerdchambers.com. We have all of our shows on there, articles that get posted, all of our other shows, content, all that good stuff is on there as well. And if you want to support us, we got merch. You can go ahead and get some TNC Movie Nights merch, or of course, if you like TNC Penguin, TNC Otter, all the different shows out there as well, different people. But yeah, that's going to do it for us today. Again, it's not fun. I'm glad we got to do Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Absolutely. I'm right there with you, man. I think that's all we got for you. Willy Wonka, Candyman. See you guys.